What's up, Amazon sellers? Q1 is fast approaching, and if you are wondering what categories you should be thinking about sourcing in Q1 in the USA, stay tuned. I'm going to share all with you and the areas that I'm going to be focusing on first thing in Q1 2022. Right, if you don't know who I am, my name is Thomas Parkinson, and I've been selling on Amazon now, doing online arbitrage for the last 4 years. Now in the UK, we've done 7 figures, check this out, and in the USA, we're now doing 6 figures, check this out. Now, hopefully for me, in the near future, we're going to expand into Amazon Germany, and if you are interested in my journey and how should we say I'm doing it, and obviously all the information that I'm learning, then make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. It's just going to help you be notified when I release more videos. Okay, so first things first, let's give you a little bit of an introduction, a background. So look, as you might have all known, as I just said, look, I've been selling on Amazon now for 4 years in the UK and, doing online arbitrage, just online arbitrage, no wholesale, no nothing else, and also about 7 months now in the USA. Now, aside from that, also as well, we manage another business called FastTrackFBA, hence the name of the channel, and that provides online arbitrage leads and services. Now with that, what I am doing and what I'm thinking about doing is looking at what categories we've been sourcing from in the lead service over Q1, what's worked really well, and also as well what we're going to be doing in our business as well in the USA, because having a plan is super, super important. Now that leads me nicely on to obviously chapter number 2. Why is it important? Why should you consider this? Well, look, as another year comes to a close, it's going to be important that you prepare. You prepare for the upcoming quarter. And for me, this video is about preparing, but also sharing as well the top selling categories, which I'm going to go through, and you can use that as a guide to help you sourcing products in Amazon in 2022. Now, in addition to that, should we say, not all seasons are the same. We're just coming out of Christmas. Toys and games are like booming. Chocolate confectionaries are booming. Things in January are probably going to be a little bit different. February, March, they are different. So it might be worth considering the top selling categories and the products that you want to be buying and reselling in Q1 if you want to maximize profits and not lose money. There are certain categories I'd probably stay away from, but that is some thoughts about what we're doing going forward into Q1 2022. Right, okay, so today we're talking about sourcing for Q1 2022 in our Amazon businesses in USA. Now, whether it be USA, UK, what I want to know is, have you started sourcing yet for Q1, or are you just going to take a break after the Q4? I mean, the real question is, in that Q4 period, were you sourcing for Q1 as well? Or are you sourcing for Q1 now with that in mind? Drop me a yes or a no down below. I'm really interested to find out. Drop me a yes or a no down below. Now, this leads me nicely onto my third chapter, and that's about talking about where are we actually getting this information from. Like I said earlier, I manage 2 businesses, Amazon UK, Amazon USA, but also as our FastTrackFBA. Now, where in FastTrackFBA we provide online arbitrage leads and services for Amazon sellers, and we've been doing that for quite a long time now. Now, the data provided from those lead services, i.e. my team of sources going out there looking for deals, looking for the best opportunities, we collect that in, and we're using that data to understand which categories we statistically find more deals in the US during that time of year. So that is where we're getting the data from, FastTrackFBA USA leads. Now, this leads me super, super nicely onto what you've come here for, and that is my top selling categories to consider in Q1 in the USA. Number 1, the first category on my list is going to be beauty and personal care. Now, in this category, we've seen that most of the products under the beauty category are, should we say, are selling, at any season. They just sell all year round. Now, if you're worried about having maybe excess stock in Q1, then you can still sell these products in Q2. That's one of the reasons why I really love it. Now, aside from that as well, we've also seen that beauty and personal care, should say, generally speaking, there's always sales on. It might be different suppliers, it might be different products, but there's always a deal to be had. And especially in January, in the January sales, that's going to be a really good opportunity there. So if you are looking for products that you can, should we say, buy, that always sell and generally always have a sale on at some point, and then this is going to be a top category for you, and looking for those available discounts, products, categories, offers, that is going to really maximize the profitability for you. we talked about the good, let's give you a bit of a downside. One of the issues of selling beauty and personal care is that time and time again, we've seen in this category, and the leads and also myself, is that it can be risky because there's a lot of like potential fakes if you're buying from maybe illegitimate websites, but also as well, they're high-end brands in this category. And one thing is a lot of these brands, they can either have IP issues against them, got to be careful, but also as well, that there can be problems around, should we say, too many people buying the products as well, because it is quite a popular category. So just be aware of competition and checking that out. But say IP issues and just too much competition. So probably just go for the higher selling items, be mindful. Last thing you want to do is buy something slow selling and then lots of other people buy it and then come into the worst time of year, February, it's still even more slow selling, so be mindful of that. Now, the second category I'll share with you is grocery and gourmet foods. So for this is our grocery category. Now, what I can say about this, these items are like fast selling. Everyone needs to eat. It's just a human nature, so they're always selling and they're a necessity. So people are always going to buy them. If you need your special, say, type of Ryvita biscuits that you can only buy on Amazon, you're going to come back and buy them. So in addition to that, there are many, should we say, suppliers to buy from, and they offer great value products. And also the very nature of this category is generally brands like to do deals to get their products shifted. So generally you can find deals and obviously to buy low to resell high on Amazon. Now, while I say it's great, it's fast selling, one of the problems you might think about in the grocery and the gourmet category is, should we say for you, is having bundled products. Now, you might be asking, why is this issue? Well, quite simply, bundled products are generally great, but there's going to be extra costs. So you've got to find them. It's going to take harder searching efforts for you, more time to find it. It's not a simple put in the name. You've got to look at the 1-pack, 2-pack, do the calculations, makes more work. But if you can make it work, then obviously you can get more profit. So maybe a negative with a positive there. But what I'll say is that if you are planning to maybe create bundles yourself, do your own unique bundles, then obviously there's going to be a cost to that. And obviously you're going to need like a UPC number to do it. That takes time as well. But if you can find existing bundles, that makes your life a lot easier. So do look out for them. A lot of these kind of like grocery items have 1-pack, 2-pack, 5-pack, for example, so single and multi-pack, but just be aware of costs for that. For example, our cost of bundling in our prep center is like really, really high. So we don't really do bundles, but it's a thought for you. Now, if you want to know more about, should we say, bundling products, learning about bundles, what I'll do is I'll drop a link to a video I've done above called How to Bundle Products on Amazon. Check that out. Now, the third category that, should we say, we found in Q1 that is a great category to, should we say, resell on is the health and household category. Now, considering that, vitamins fall under this category, there's a great chance that, you're going to find some really small products that people have to buy all year round. You always want your vitamins. And my God, January is like everyone's talking about health. Trying to get better after the Christmas madness, and vitamins, all these kind of health and personal care products go really, really well. Now, people keep buying them all year round, so find a good product, it's going to be lasting. Now, the one thing which I will say is a downside about buying vitamins, or should we say in the health and personal care, is, we've done this as well. You find a lot of brands whereby they list on Amazon, but also they have like their own private Shopify store. And they are actually a private label brand, but they'll do an issue on the Shopify store for a discount that they don't do on Amazon. And obviously you think you can arbitrage it. So just be very, very careful about checking the private label brands, checking that keeper chart, and you know what? Checking the brand checker for FastTrackFBA. We put all our brands on there as well. I'll drop a link down below. That's the FastTrackFBA brand checker, and do check them, especially for this, very important. Okay, so the fourth category that you want to be thinking about in Q1 USA, buying and reselling, is the home and kitchen category. This category is absolutely huge. It's probably one of the biggest categories we've seen outside of books. A lot of these items, they can be more expensive. There's a big range. You can get like the typical garlic press, but also you can get like microwaves, you can get toasters, home and kitchen, you get a lot of these kind of products, and they can have high profits, physical cash profits. So if you want to make some more money, home and kitchen is a great category to, should we say, try. Now, in addition to the high profits, this category has a massive range of products. I talked about it earlier. It's probably one of the biggest range of products that I know, I see, and there can be a lot of deals to find in it. Now, the one thing which I kind of say on the downside, despite the high profits, despite the wide range, is, on the cons, one of the issues that you're going to see is that when you're buying those bigger items, call them like microwaves, call them like toasters, they are bigger, they are heavier, and that is going to increase your shipping fees. So be mindful of that. So just make sure that you're being cost effective around pricing that in, maybe your cost per unit to get to Amazon through UPS, and even obviously the FBA, but your calculator should do that, are being charged for correctly. And even if you're doing like boxes, maybe it's gonna, you're gonna get less in the box when you're shipping it to Amazon. Just be mindful. Now, the fifth and the final category, which I'll share with you, is quite simply pet supplies. A couple of things which I really love about pet supplies are massive range of products. Obviously, pets are still got to eat, so they're still going to be buying, and generally, again, all year round, but Q1, obviously people really look at that. And also as well, a lot of people spend a lot of time with their pets and they want to treat them well. So they're buying also little accessories, brushes, leads, things. They're trying to do that. Now, what I'd advise for you to take advantage of this category, one method we do in our sourcing, which is called leaf sourcing. Now, if I give you an example of what leaf sourcing is and why it might be useful. So leaf sourcing is quite simply an ability, once you found one deal, is to go find other deals. Think of it as like a tree. Go up the tree, you have the branches, and on the branches you have leaves. So you found one deal, which is one leaf, then you're going back to the branch and finding another leaf on the branch, and that's another deal. Let's say, for example, we found a deal in cat food, and it's going to be the chicken flavor. And then that's one leaf. Then what you're going to do is go back to the thing, go, oh, well, maybe there's like another flavor, beef. Found another deal. That supplier is selling not only chicken, but also beef at the great price. Now using that, we can find multiple other deals. It could be variations. It could be that brand. It doesn't have to be like flavor variations. It could be the brand. There's lots and lots to think about. But generally speaking, what you are trying to do, you're trying to find one deal and then use a leaf sourcing methodology to find other deals around it, which is going to help you out. Now, if you want to learn more about leaf sourcing and how to do that, and trust me, it's really game changing. We use it in our business all the time. Check out this video I created called Leaf Sourcing Step-by-Step Tutorial. That's going to help you out. Leaf sourcing is great, or should we say pet supplies is great actually, but the cons, what are the issues? Well, there are a lot of P&L brands, a lot of people protect them. And also as well, if you're buying things like dog food, they can get quite heavy. So just be mindful of that. So 2 top tips for you. Obviously, number 1, check IP complaints. Again, use that FastTrackFBA brand checker. And number 2, just be mindful you're actually factoring in the true cost of shipping, maybe adding a bit more profit into that. And if you want to know more about IP claims, what I will do is I'll drop a link above called top tips on how to respond to IP complaints. Unfortunately, we do all get them, but that might help you out. And obviously do check that out. That's going to help you as well understand. Okay, so today we are talking about, should we say, leads, sourcing, finding deals, Q1 2022 in the USA. And the one thing which I'll say is that, my God, whether you're doing what we're saying, looking at the top categories, yes, you're going to find more deals, but is it going to be super quick? No. The very process of doing this is long, it's time consuming. And if you are like me, you understand, hey, I only have 24 hours a day. I've got other things I want to get on with, and maybe you're not ready for a VA yet, then what should you consider? Well, what I'd probably recommend is having a look at the FastTrackFBA Leads service. This is a service I created whereby we've got a team of VAs in the USA and the UK as well, going out there sourcing for deals 7 days a week. What do? We check all these categories and more, and all the suppliers we know which work. And what do? Well, quite simply, we put every deal that we find, we put them onto our web platform, and you can come in, you buy tokens from us, and then you review every one of the deals we have available. When you find the deals that you like, you can see like the buy box price now, 90-day, calculate for your profit, put in your own prep fees. You're just reviewing the deals. We really qualify, hazmat removal, IP brand checker removal, checking all these things. When you find those deals that you like, what you do is you exchange those tokens, and then you unlock the deal and you get access to the supplier URL and the Amazon ASIN. If you want to know more and want to see this in action, then have a look down below. FastTrackFBA/leads. Honestly, it's game changing. We have so many customers using the service right now and they absolutely love it. Honestly, it's really changing the game. Saves time and speeds up and helps grow your business. Check it out. FastTrackFBA Leads. Okay, so this leads me nicely onto chapter number 5, and that is my top tips for you. So first things first, look, check your keeper graph. Now, I'm going to tell you this. This is something super, super important. So all the categories we mentioned, they have great selling products, but also there are some bad selling products. And there are some products which are a little bit dangerous. And what do I mean by that? If you're going to look at a product in grocery in, say, week 1 of January, you might, looking back at the keeper chart of the last 3 months, you might think it's the best selling product in the world. Why? Because it's called an advent calendar. And you know what? Over the last 3 months, it's sold amazingly. But ironically, in January, February, and even March, they don't sell so well. Well, what should you be doing? Well, when you are doing your sourcing in Q1, what you want to be doing is making sure you're not just looking back over the last 3 months, but also you're turning it onto the full year and looking back at Q1 last year. that's going to give you the real estimation of what you're going to expect, because Q4 really does skew your Q1 sourcing. Just be very mindful of that. Now, the other one which I'll really say for you is checking, using that keeper chart to check items are actually selling, checking the price history and checking the sales rank again last year and over the last 3 months as well. Just remember, Christmas really ruins a lot of stats, especially in the grocery and a lot of the present gift sections. Now, the second top tip I'll do for you is if you have been selling longer than a year, or even maybe coming up to a year, review your data from last Q1. Just like what I've done for this video, go through your records, see what categories you're selling, see what products you're selling. My God, go have a look at those deals again. Can you rebuy them? Also, have a look at FastTrackFBA leads. We've got lots of deals. Obviously, you can use them, and we're always updating it 7 days a week. Now, by doing this, you're going to have an idea of which products are likely to sell, and obviously you can find more deals. Now, the third top tip for you is focus on non-seasonal items. Don't get me wrong, it's great. There might be a great opportunity on, should we say, a seasonal item, call it like a snow shovel, but you're not going to sell it all year round, and you're only going to make money today, and then you're going to be back to square one again in 3-4 months time when there's no more snow. Instead, spend your energy, spend your time on finding products that you can buy and resell all year round, and that's just going to build up your, should we say, kind of like passive income, but it's not really. But the idea is it's like your replenishable items that you can always just keep replenishing. Now, the fourth top tip I'll share with you, use different sourcing methodology. Now, if you want to find more deals, using one sourcing method with another one really helps you out. Now, I talked about it earlier, and my team does this. They'll use one sourcing method. For example, it might be like, I don't know, newsletter sourcing, and then once they've done newsletter sourcing, they might do then like leaf sourcing, and the net result is that we just find more deals, and it's in less time. So do that, it's going to really, really help you out. Now, what I will say is that after going through all the top selling categories in Amazon, Arbitrage, USA in Q1, 2021 last year, but this is obviously for 2022. Now, you might want to consider learning about how the different sourcing techniques work, and obviously how you can use them to help find more deals. So I'll drop a link around here to a playlist called Sourcing 101. Check it out, lots of really cool sourcing methodologies. I think you're going to love that. But what I will say is hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, give me a big thumbs up. And hey, if you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button down below. But for myself, Thomas Parkinson and FastTrackFBA, thank you very much.